Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation of the Select League. Here's a quick word from our sponsors. Wouldn't you love to give your outdated kitchen countertops a makeover or make that ugly bathtub look new again? You can with Miracle Method Surface Refinishing of Kansas City. You don't need to replace your surfaces, refinish them. The Miracle Method process can be done in 2 days or less. Call 816-281-8935 or go to miraclemethod.com to request a free in-home estimate. Miracle Method has provided superior results in customer service since 1979. Refinishing saves time, refinishing saves money, and the results are beautiful with Miracle Method Surface Refinishing of Kansas City. And Absolute Tile and Grout. Got grout problems? Absolute Tile and Grout in Kansas City is your solution. Whether it's regrouting, tile resetting, or caulking, we handle it all. Our expert team with over 20 years of experience ensures your tiled areas will look brand new. Visit AbsoluteTileKC.com or call us today at 816-408-0323 to schedule your free estimate. Absolute Tile and Grout, making your tiled areas shine like never before. And we are ready for the match to get underway. Once again, welcome to this presentation of the Select League featuring the reigning 2024 champs, Woodland Football Club, versus debutantes to the Select League, Crown Villa Football Club, club located in downtown Kansas City. We welcome you to this game. We are at St. Pius X School Field for this game. A very wonderful setup here arranged by Crown Villa with their home field. They have an excellent stadium, excellent atmosphere, and they have really thrown together a quality program in their first season here. An early shot here by Woodland FC through Sean Thompson. We'll get to the lineups in a moment. Just wanted to really take time on to compliment Crown Villa on the scoreboard, the setup of the field. A lot of this is just excellent so far from this brand new club team. But let's get to the starting lineup for Crown Villa FC, the hosts. Starting in goal, you have Matthew Devine. In front of him is Justin Baker, Cody Dorrell, Jose Saints, Xavier Espinoza, Jefferson Rios, Arturo Vidal, Tommy Velasquez, Jose Dominguez, Asube Bioke, and Henry Kagai, the captain, number 21. And for the starting lineup for Woodland Football Club, we have Nagib Nasser, Steve Puna, Maguire Harden, Gage Pemberton, Navid Istanbulu, Sean Thompson, Federico Verlicki, Derek Carson, Jonathan Young, Brett Jackson, and the captain, Chandler Givler. This is a very anticipated matchup here between the two teams. Crown Villa looking to really make their mark on the league this season, and Woodland FC confusion here in the box. And that ball could have gone anywhere, but well done by Crown Villa to get the ball away. As I was saying, Crown Villa has massive title aspirations for this season, and they look like they have every capability of doing it based on some impressive preseason results and friendlies they've had. Jackson chests it down to an onrushing Thompson, but muscled off the ball there, well won by Villa, as Arturo Vidal is able to win it off of him and plays it over to Jose Dominguez. Dorrell now with the ball. Trying to work it up, but played out by Jonathan Young out on this left flank for Woodland. Woodland is very eager to try and retain their title. They made it to, because they won the league, they were able to make it into the qualifiers for the U.S. Open Cup this year. They made it as far as round 3 before losing to Tulsa Athletic 8-0 in the round 3 of qualifying. But kickoff day here for the entirety of the Select League, all 10 teams in action at this very moment. This is our debut of the match of the week for the Select League, a match, new program we're starting here, a new segment we're starting here with the league as we try to get the premiere a matchup that the league believes will be a feast for the eyes. Ball hoofed forward to Chandler Givler. He's tussling with Cody Dorrell as they move into the box. A little bit of a shove, and the center referee adjudges a foul here against Crown Villa, and they will receive a free kick in their own penalty area. Good strength there by Dorrell to hold off Givler. Givler very experienced. Givler's second year as team captain of the Royals of Woodland FC. And the Crusaders of Crown Villa. Contrasting styles here Ball played long to Henry Kagai, the captain. Woodland pressing high very well and controlled here by McGuire Harden, one of the new arrivals at Woodland this year. Apologies about our camera work. We're debuting a new camera and having some difficulties at the moment. We're trying to get them fixed as we work on this, but for now, ball played here to Jose Saints, or Many, as he's nicknamed. And swept across to Justin Baker out on here on this left back spot. Over to Durrell, who tries to switch the field, pressured by Young. Little give and go here now, up this right-hand side. Ball intercepted there by Gage Pemberton as they tried to find Asube Bioke there on a through ball. Young finds Navid. A lot of expectations here for this Woodland Football Club midfield, as it's an all-international affair in the middle of the park for them, as you have a German, English, and Italian players all lining up in this heart of the midfield right now. It appears to be a problem with the ball that the central midfielder Thompson of Woodland noticed. They're going to switch that ball out and get one that's properly inflated. Always exciting to witness the start of a brand new season. You kind of have to throw out everything that happened from last season. Some teams look very different. A lot of expectations all over the table. And now it's going to see who can make good on the promise they show, who can come through on the projections, and who's going to fail to live up to them. Harden rising highest there. Not too difficult for the lad. He is standing about 6'7" there at the center back spot. Large fellow. Controlled here by Kagai, but ran out of bounds for a throw-in for Woodland FC. Throw-in taken by Steve Puna, another one of the new additions to the team. Again, apologies for our camera here in the early stages. We will get it fixed as soon as we're able to. Ball played through by Thompson down the right to Givler. Givler tries a long cross, but Matthew Devine is able to claim it smartly, rising high and getting it out, plucking it out of the air. Tackle here won by Navid. Has Chandler in front of him, taps it back. Navid and Givler probing and looking for a way out of this corner. And Baker with a good sliding tackle. It appears to be out for a throw, according to the linesman. And apologies for the break in our video feed there. Free kick won here by Woodland FC on this right flank. It's about to be taken here in swinging by Federico Verlicki. And ball swung in. Harden is there, flicks it in, and it's a goal. 1-0 Woodland FC. And Harden was the one who rose highest and is able to flick the cross in for the goal for the Royals, first of the season. They lead on the road here. And their attempt to retain the title is well underway. And Villa, they've been resisting very well for this first almost 30 minutes here. And you have to wonder, hopefully this does not cause the dam to break, or maybe awakens a different strategy in Villa as they seek to take this game back into the Woodland territory. Durrell now looking. Woodland pressing again. They might smell blood in the water. And they'll continue to try to turn the screw. Loose touch here. Thompson's able to pick it. It's 2-on-1. Thompson, loose touch. And Meany is able to make a last-ditch tackle to stop the one-on-one there. Carson now to Givler. Givler brought down, but Thompson is able to keep the ball in play. Miss-hit cross there by Carson. Royals trying to keep turning the screw here. How will Villa respond? They certainly are capable of getting goals. This Villa team has goals in them. How will they come about getting it? Down to Verlicki. He plays it ahead. Here's Jackson. Miscommunication. Goalkeeper tries to pick it up. Tapped in, and Jackson gets the goal. It's 2-0 Woodland. After almost 30 minutes of resistance, just over 30 minutes of resistance, in rapid-fire succession, the Royals have turned this game completely on its head from 0-0 just 5 minutes ago to now 2-0. Jackson with the goal, and he is now 3 away from becoming the club's all-time leading scorer. Last year, it took Jackson 5 weeks to get on the score, to get his tally started for the season, and this year he's in week 1, out of the gate. It was an excellent through ball by Verlicki, his second assist so far of the game. Jackson brought down well, and it appeared to be a miscommunication between Devine and Dorrell. Could have been Meany as well. I couldn't really tell which one it was, which center back it was. But miscommunication on who had what, which is to be expected. This is the first live testing of a lot of these rosters. There have been friendlies, but friendlies are never the real thing. So it's difficult to criticize from an armchair when teams are building chemistry. And those mistakes can happen, and they happen often at every level of the game. Kagai tries to spin his man, but Puna marshals him well. Istanbulu over to Puna. Puna back to Navid. Navid looking. Slides it up. Verlicki slips on the ball. There was a promising build-up there, but unfortunate slip as Meany will collect and play it out again to Espinoza. Villa needs to respond now. They have to make something happen. Pemberton, though, is able to pick up the attack. Stops the penetrating dribble. Verlicki slides it forward. Now here's Bioke. This might be better. Tries to get around Harden. Harden plays him well and lets the ball run out of play for a throw. Here's Navid. Out to Jonathan Young. Pemberton. And misplaced pass. Bioke is able to intercept well. And here's Velasquez. And McGuire Harden is there once again to claim it. This is better from Villa. This is good response. Well done to them. Durrell. They make their way forward. And a misplaced pass. A little bit of miscommunication there. Here's Jackson to Thompson. To Givler. Out to Carson. Here's Puna. Tries to play it long to Carson, but just a little bit too far behind him, and they're not able to bring it under control. Meany sweeps it out wide to Espinoza. And back to Meany. Tries to play it up. Skipping some lines. Tries to find Bioke and does. Strong tackle here. Ty Thompson. And referee rightly awards a free kick. Durrell was not ready for that free kick to be played, but thankfully controlled it well. Baker trying to head it out. Gets control of it. Finds Kagai. Down the wing. Swept up by Puna. Thank you for bearing with us this long as we try to get our camera situation figured out. Espinoza trying to find a way through with a penetrating dribble. Some frustration starting to creep in, potentially. Villa had a very good preseason, a lot of good results in their friendlies, and they played a friendly almost every week. But Villa's players and some of the coaches are looking like they might be getting frustrated with some of the calls that are going their way or the lack of cards potentially being shown. Got to keep your composure at this time. And we'll see how this team responds. Verleeke now finds Jackson in a great pocket of space. Might not have realized how much space he exactly was in as Thompson tries to flick it over. Thompson weaving his way, looking, probing, trying to find a way to keep possession, and does through McGuire Harden. Harden plays it long, looking for Jonathan Young, just wasn't able to connect there. Give and go here. This is better from Villa. And Naveed is able to sweep up. Here's Young. Young plays it long in front and tries to win a foot race, and he surely can. He's in the penalty box. Slide from behind. Taken down. Does the referee call it? Yes, he does. The referee signals penalty kick for Woodland FC, and this could be devastating for this young Villa team. They were just starting to really start making some more positive moves through the middle of the field, and then Jonathan Young just decided to play it simple and direct and outran both of his defenders. And a tackle attempt was made, and the penalty kick given. No players sent off. I believe no discipline given out either from what I saw. But Steve Puna will now step up to take this penalty kick. Divine hopping back and forth. Here comes Puna. The shot, 3-0. And Woodland FC has been just clinical in the chances they've had. They've had probably 5 decent chances, and they've taken 3 of them. And they are sending a message right now that they are ready to try and retain this title. 10 minutes to go in this first half. And Villa will just be desperate to make it to halftime and see what adjustments they can make to stem the tide or at least get something positive going their way. What can they do in these next 10 minutes right now? plus stoppage time, of course. Meany and Durrell appear to have switched sides at center back right now. Verleeke steps up. Everywhere you turn, though, right now. Oh, Gibler's here with the ball. Coming up the right side. Trying to find a cross. And Saints is able to make a fantastic slide to block the cross. He gives up the corner, but he stops the delivery of the ball. Corner kick here to Woodland as they're on the attack yet again. Played short to Verleeke. Verleeke shoots. Tried to see if Devine was a little bit unaware on his near post, but Devine smartly, capably catches it and rolls it out. And here's the attack now beginning. Intercepted by Young, and out for a throw-in for Villa. Espinoza takes it quickly to Velasquez. Up to Velasquez again. Young is able to pick it up. And out for a blue throw. Just over 7 minutes left in the half. Jackson tries to turn on his man. Espinoza makes an excellent sliding tackle to halt the Royals in their tracks. Second season of the Select League kicking off today. Ball in the box, Devine is able to claim. Players are fully sanctioned. They are insured should injury happen to them. This league takes good care of its players. And the league is shaping up to be even more sound and structurally organized than last year. And the teams are looking much more competitive than ever before this season. Thompson now on the ball. Select League is a truly fun league for the players to play in. This is good interchange here. Jackson tries to find Givler through, but played it straight to Dorrell. The Select League operates very much like the English Premier League. 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 0 for a loss. Playing each team in the league. Each team plays each other home and away for 18 matches. Season runs from the first weekend in April to the first weekend in August. And they even include week breaks for players during 4th of July weekend and for Memorial Day weekend. Slight stoppage in play, let the players collect their breath as a ball was gathered. Here's Young. Young with his blistering pace and great change of direction, just ghosting past defenders. Finally, before Durrell was able to stop him in his tracks and exercise the problem. Harden now plays it back to Heaton. Heaton just clears it upfield, but straight to Baker. The Crown Villa attack is still on. Baker tries to play it out wide, but just not enough purchase on his diagonal ball. Woodland not in a hurry to do much of anything with the ball as they knock it back and forth throughout their back line. Thompson drops to create space, finds room for Naveed. Run into, referee says no foul. Vidal plays it out to Rios into the box, looking for Bioke, but just unable to find the connection there as Heaton is able to claim. Pemberton looking. And just a little bit of a miss-hit. And misses out on Young. Here's Rios. Rios looking. if you're on the Crown Villa bench, you have to wonder what Coach Rodriguez is thinking as he tries to find a way to fix the problem. Jackson finds himself in space, finds Thompson, who finds Naveed, and up to Puna. Puna a little nonchalant as Kagai backtracks well to defend. Carson now crosses it in. No one there on the back post. Only Jose Dominguez is there. He'll bring it up. Espinoza runs down the right. Here's Bioke. One well by Naveed to Thompson again. And it's back to standard operating. Villa having a very difficult time navigating this Woodland midfield and this pressure that the Royals are creating. Heaton clears it upfield. Out off the Villa player. I believe that was Velasquez. Played up to Givler. Givler tries to control. And throw one by Villa, who plays it to Rios. But Thompson intercepts. Thompson being pulled. His arm being dragged on. Referee says no foul. Bit shocking there. And Rios is able to stifle this attack as he's dribbling, but dribbles out of the pressure from Naveed as Velasquez tries to play it up, but right to Young. Not the most fluid of play in this first half. Only 2 minutes left, plus stoppage time. We'll see how much the center official decides to add on for the injury to Naguib Nasser. But Coach Bowler for the Royals, he will certainly have to be pleased with the finishing from his team in this first half. Devine will restart the play. And Villa, you might be torn in two minds of, do we try to get something in this first half, or do we just make sure we don't concede another one? Very tricky, very difficult situation they find themselves in. But we know they can score. Soccer is a game of momentum. It's a game of ebbs and flows. And if you can catch a team at the right time. Excellent turn and excellent ball from Carson to Verlicki. Just under a minute left now. Harden deciding to play the no-nonsense approach. Clears it upfield. Young and Pemberton just having a little bit of trouble connecting in this first half. Just a couple mistimed passes. Again, apologies as we still continue to work out this camera problem. And Dominguez tackles Verlicki from behind. This should be the final actions, perhaps, of the first half, depending on how long it takes to do this free kick. We'll see how much stoppage time is added on. It looks like about 1 minute has been added for the injury to Nasser. Pemberton just decides to play it back to Heaton. Heaton plays it out wide to Puna. Puna cuts inside. Here's Thompson. And the referee's whistle blows for the end of the first half. Woodland FC 3, Crown Villa 0. And welcome to the start of the second half. My apologies, missing the first few seconds here. Royals are back on the attack, crossed into the middle. No changes at halftime for the Royals. Coach Bowler letting the away side can go out with the same 11 that ended the half. You might be wondering about the substitution rules for the Select League this season. As last year there was an unlimited substitutions rule as teams were getting their footing and trying to figure out what style they wanted to play, what players they wanted to build around. That rule has since been updated to each team receiving 7 substitutions and 3 opportunities. The Royals having used 1 substitution and 1 opportunity with the need to change their goalkeeper for the injured Naguib Nasser. Woodland FC still nowhere near safe enough to try and go into a defensive shell in this game. Still a lot of time left, and a Villa team that can attack and attack in bunches if needed. And Verliki, though, is able to win a corner kick for the Royals as Harden once again makes his way forward. Ball played short to Jackson, out wide to Givler. Givler to Thompson. Thompson around his man potentially, but just unable to get a solid touch on it. And the ball is cleared. Naveed tries to bring it down. High up in the air. Velasquez wins it. Naveed looking. Here's Jackson. Jackson cutting across. Stays with it. Still looking. Finds Verliki. Can he keep it in? And he cannot. Did his level best to keep it on the line, but was unable to do that. And now Baker will take the throw. Finds Rios. Puna. Puna again. Darts past the man. And Baker, with a last stretching effort, is able to force it out for a throw for the Royals. Pemberton will make his way across, as it looks like Coach Bowler has got some substitutions warming up on the sideline now, getting ready to perhaps to make a change. Royals have a bit of a shorter week than some of the other teams because their home games are on Friday nights. They only have 6 days rest, as opposed to the other teams who get the 7 days. Temperature continuing to drop here on this cold Saturday night in downtown Kansas City. Ball played through long. Harden looked to be a coming together. Looked like a bit of a shove in the back, but the referee says no foul. Crown Villa bench is incensed by the lack of decision there, and I do understand their frustration. That seemed, from our vantage point, that did seem to be a push in the back, but the referee says no, play on. Verliki now plays it out straight to Baker. Unlike Verliki to misplace a pass like that. Villa still with possession. Velasquez fighting with Young for the ball. He's able to come out on top of there. They try to give and go with Bioke, but just unable to find the speedy forward. Thus far, the Royals have been able to control this incredibly fast attack that Villa has, controlled well by Verliki. pushed from behind and the referee calls the foul. Reminder for those watching, a big thank you to our sponsors, Miracle Method Surface Refinishing and Absolute Tile and Grout. Be sure to check them out if for any of your refinishing or tile and grout needs. We are ever so grateful for the businesses that believe in what these clubs are trying to build. Ball played out off of Thompson. Thompson, the native of Dorset, England, applied his trade in college at Fort Hays State as well as McPherson here in Kansas. Excellent turn out of pressure by Thompson. Looked to be clipped a little. He did well to split the defense there. Intercepted well by Naveed, looking for Givler, and just a little bit of miscommunication. Verlicki intercepts. Now what can he do with it? Finds Jackson. Jackson darting through, but just unable to bring it under control. Again, just very clear, feeling themselves out, trying to make sure that they iron out all the differences in their play while they try to figure out how to work best with each other. This is their first true competitive match together. Won by Pemberton. Ball falls near Kagai. Puna is able to win it. Looped over the top, and Heaton will let it fall harmlessly at his feet as he will run a few seconds off the clock. Ball played up. They skipped the level and now to Verlicki. Won well by Naveed. And now to Sean. Apologies, the lighting is a little bit tricky with our camera. We do not intend to have issues with this camera every season. The first recording is always a little bit of an adventure. We thank you for bearing with us while we figure this out. Naveed now slicing through. Naveed dribbling. And fires his shot. It's deflected and out for a corner kick for Woodland. Substitutions now for the Royals, as the former college teammates and now Woodland teammates Sean Thompson will be subbed out for TJ Mickelson, a 1-for-1 switch here at midfield, and Naveed Istanbulu will be subbed out for Diego Mendoza, another like for like, as the German makes way for the Panamanian. So three changes total made by Will Bowler. Right here to Mickelson. His first touch is on his first bit of action in the game, and he almost had a chance to put the Royals up 4-0. Right place, right time. Almost a super sub for the coach. Royals have used 2 of their substitution opportunities now and have 4 subs remaining on the bench. Villa has made a change at goalkeeper as Matthew Devine has been replaced by the Avila University player Harrison Ennis. And shot almost a connection there for Villa. They had the opportunity. It's just a little bit of a miscue. So unlucky. And this is what we were talking about. These are the chances this Crown Villa team can make, as they can summon them almost out of nowhere. And who knows where that ball might have gone had good contact been made with it. Still a lot of time left. And games can change with one strike of the ball. Woodland plays it short. Controlled here. Good tackle there by Mendoza. His first action in the game. A hard foul here against Verlicki. A little bit of afters there between, looked like one of the coaches on the sideline and Federico. Captain Givler is in the situation to discuss things with the referee, as Crown Villa's captain Henry Kagai is now in there as well. Referees appear to be discussing between the center and the assistant. A yellow card given to one of the coaches on the sideline. It appeared he made contact with the down Woodland player, with Federico, but hard to say for certain right now. Throw and taken now. Puna tries to lift it up the sideline, but did not make great contact with it. Ball swept across. Here's Meany. Out to Espinoza. Intercepted by Mendoza. There's Verlicki. Now to Mendoza. Mendoza driving forward. Plays it with the outside of his boot into the path of Givler. Givler looking for his help. And misread or might have lost one in the lights. Or maybe in the scoreboard even, but hard to see. Long ball played up here. Intercepted well by Harden. Here's Mendoza. A little chippy there. A little bit of tussle, a little shove there given by Mendoza. After a shove given to him by the Villa player. Hard to tell from here who that is. It looks like it might be Lubingo for Crown Villa, who was knocked over. Looks like it'll be a drop ball here from the referee. "30 minutes to play here in the second half. Game is kind of ground to a halt at the moment. Both teams trying to work their way in with their new substitutions. Appears to be some confusion. Ball played up the field. No one really able to get consistent possession on it right now in these opening 15 minutes. Mickelson pressuring Durrell. Ennis has it. Played straight to Mickelson. Mickelson crosses it straight to Meany, though. And there was a definite chance there as Ennis appeared to have mishit it straight to TJ Mickelson. Throw in now for Villa. Throw in taken long into the middle of the field. Played out wide well. Excellent ball here. Villa, this is better from them. This is good. Played up. Intercepted well by Young. Strong tackle there by Pemberton as he just caught Vidal as he was gliding past him, and a yellow card is issued to Pemberton. This is a free kick in a dangerous area. Crown Villa typically a good team on set pieces. At least they were in preseason. Although I'm not certain how many times they came up against the kind of height that Woodland has on their back line. Jonathan Young stands in the wall as one man. A one-man wall here for the Royals. Substitution made as Henry Kagai makes way. And Villa now to take the free kick. Swung in deep. Dinked ahead. Givler is there. He actually comes out on top with it. Ball is tried to play forward. Just unable to find a good connection. Jackson now on the ball. Tries to cross it, but it is straight at Ennis, who's able to collect calmly and exhort the team to get the attack rolling. "25 minutes left to play. Villa running out of time, running out of options as they try to find a way to break the lock on this Woodland defense. Mickelson now to Givler. Givler to Puna. Puna looking. Brings the ball up the sideline. Crosses it. And looked like it had gone off a Villa player, but referee says goal kick, Crown Villa. Now another break in action as the final substitutions of the game are made by Woodland FC as Brett Jackson is being pulled off for Isaac Yang. And Chandler Givler is being pulled off for Jordan Flores. And Gage Pemberton is being pulled off for Jacob Hilpertshauser. And that is all the substitutions that Woodland is allowed to make. They've used their 3 opportunities. And they keep a sub unused this game. They used 6 of their 7 substitutions this match. Reminder that Woodland's goalkeeper, Nagib Nasser, was taken out of the game in the first half due to a a non-contact injury. And now how will the team adjust to new locations for some of them? How will they adjust to the new arrivals and players? How will they protect this lead? If you're a Woodland fan, you'd have to want to see them keep the shutout. And Heaton, with not many options, just plays it straight out of bounds so that his defense could have time to get back in position. Villa still looking, still trying to find what the answer is to this defensive puzzle that is this Royals formation. Flores now tasked with being the front man. Young wins the ball to Hilpertshauser. He's going to try to play it ahead to Flores, but Meany was able to intercept. Flores still with the ball. Mendoza goes for it. Wind fairly strong tonight. Makes the flight of the ball very strange. Out now wide to Crown Villa. Down this right-hand side. Long ball played. Puna is able to win it. This is a good turn here. He cuts inside, but Puna puts himself in between the ball and the man and is able to not just win the ball, but also wins the free kick. And the ball is played off Puna, surely by accident, but the referee gives the yellow card for the Villa player kicking the ball into Steve Puna. Harden will come over to take the free kick. Waiting for the referee's signal. And the restart begins. Harden tries to play it up the field. Throw in for the Royals. Seconds continue to tick away in this game as Crown Villa tries to find a way back in. Ball played ahead. Hilpertshauser is there. He drops it back to Carson. Harden plays it up. A lot of attacking white shirts there. Best to just get it out of danger. Slip there by Puna. Harden now has to backtrack. He has to get back. His man is a little bit faster than him. A little bit of a trip. And Heaton is able to make the one-on-one save and keep Woodland with the 3-0 lead. This is where Villa is so dangerous. They're so fast. If they turn on a man, they can be on your goalkeeper in an instant. But Heaton made himself big, cut down the angle, and saves the goal. How big will that save end up being in this game? Missed by Dorrell. Flores tries to pressure. Young picks up the ball. Mikkelsen tried to line up a shot and it was deflected. Or blocked down, I should say. Puna back to Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen crosses it in. Good tackle there by Flores. Here's Young. Ball bouncing, trying to find someone's foot to land on. Here's Yang. Fires! And just hits the outside netting. It was a great dummy there by Yang to give himself the yard of space, but just unable to find that bottom corner. Some cramps forming. Some of the Villa backline, they've run quite a lot trying to contain this Woodland attack. Simply waiting for the restart here by Ennis, and he gets us underway yet again. Woodland just trying to make Villa burn as many seconds as they can in their own half. Each wayward pass, each missed dribble, each time the ball goes out of bounds, that's moments that Crown Villa is not attacking. Ball won here by Puna. Tries to dribble through a couple players and gets turned over quickly. Long ball now played over the top. It's a foot race. Maguire Harden is out of position. Shot, and Heaton again is in the right place, cutting down the angle, and saves what should have been another goal for this Villa team. Right now, Villa finding some success with some Route 1 football and playing those through balls. This is the speed we were talking about. Heaton now saving 2 gilt-edge opportunities. Coming in off the bench and keeping the 3-goal lead for the Royals. So thank you again for your patience as we try to work this camera out, getting our angles right. Here's Yang now, dribbling, trying to penetrate through there. Young tries to shoot and gets put off his balance. It was a good challenge there by Dorel, as Young just was not able to maintain his strength on his balance on that. Ennis plays it long. One out of the air by Mikkelsen. Flicked on by Hilpertshauser. Here's Flores now, trying to fight for the ball, trying to win the ball against his opponent, and unable to. The Villa defenders showed great strength to keep the ball there. Here he comes up the sideline. Crosses it across, and there it was again. Chance number 3. The chances are there. The opportunities are there. They've had 2 great chances, a good chance, and one that was tough, but a chance that needed to be at least have the ball touched on the way to the goal. Make the goalkeeper work. And this is just some unlucky moments right now as another shot comes in, and it's blocked. Here's Verlicki to Flores. And to Yang. Finds Mikkelsen in space. Mikkelsen tries to do a slide rule pass up into the penalty box. And just unable to get on the end of it. Good defending there by Villa. Played out wide. And a little bit of a cut in action there. Apologies. Camera had a technical difficulty there for us. Ball crossed in by Verlicki, but straight to Harrison Ennis. the Villa goalkeeper. Ennis plays it long. And Heaton, his defenders did not react. Maybe a miscommunication there again. Oh! Dangerous challenge. As there's definitely a clash of heads. A 50-50 ball. As there's a coming together of heads, it looked like. And hopefully no one is seriously hurt. But Young came through like a battering ram. And won the ball. Won the man, too. Free kick now for Crown Villa. About 20 yards out from goal. Definitely within shooting distance. Can they beat Heaton, who appears to be on his game with his angles and with his hands right now? Villa stands over the kick, and here comes the shot. And plucked out of the air by Heaton. What a save. Diving to his right. And offsides called by the linesman. That is 3 fantastic saves now that Heaton has made. The ball was sailing towards the near post off an excellent shot. And Heaton had to dive full horizontal through the air and knock it down. Ball turned over here. This is dangerous. This is good for Villa. They're unable to manifest an attack quickly enough here, but Carson is there to pick up the attempted through ball. Here's Rios. Crown Villa playing well right now. Definitely having the lion's share of chances at the moment. While Woodland tries to figure out what they're going to do. Intercepted by Baker and a strong challenge by Yang. Sees him, gets his name recorded in the referee's book as well. Another free kick, this time around the 27 yards away from goal. Excuse me, 27 yards from the football end zone here, but probably about 30 yards away from goal. 40 yards away from goal. A little too far to shoot at this moment. So probably looking for a ball curled in along that back post. Here it comes, flighted in, bouncing around in the box. And Flores takes an incredible touch without looking and then plays it over to Yang. Yang now through. Yang fires one. Ennis with an incredible save. And it's out for a Woodland corner kick. What a counterattack by the Royals. And Verlicki sits over this corner while the official checks on a down player during the counterattack. One of the Crown Villa players went down. During that counter, Harden makes his way up into the penalty box. Royals not committing too much to this, understanding that they don't have to have another goal, even though that would be the way they kill the game off. 5 players in the box for the Royals at the moment. As Verlicki stands over to take this corner kick. Ball flighted in. Deflected. It came in off McGuire. Puna tried to slide it in. It was a great save by Ennis. It's Puna. The ball is in the goal, But Puna is offsides. He definitely looked offsides too, so excellent call by the ref and an excellent line by Crown Villa to force the offsides. Not a lot of time left. Villa running out of time as they try to find a way through this Woodland defense. They found pathways. They found cracks in some of the armor, but they have not been able to seal the deal. And just under 8 minutes left now in this opening day fixture. Ball attempted to play through. Steve Puna did not get full control of the ball when it went to him. Out for a Crown Villa throw. And swept across to Dorrell. Played out wide to Baker. And intercepted by Young. Off the official. And he will stop play and give Woodland a drop ball. Verlicki takes it. Plays it out wide to Yang. Yang very shifty. Crown Villa has certainly tightened up their defense. They have not conceded many great chances in this second half. Turnover here. Played long to Hilpertshauser, and he just misread the flight of the ball. Mikkelsen is able to turn his man around and plays it out wide now. Here's Yang again. Yang trying to move his man, trying to get him in position, but gets the ball taken from him from a double team. Yang needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Young is able to dribble it out of pressure and finds Yang. Ball cross, switched over the field to Hilpertshauser. Now back to Carson. Carson back out to Hilpertshauser. Hilpertshauser crossed in. Verlicki controls. Verlicki! What a goal! And that is the icing on the cake on an excellent performance by this Woodland team. Again, clinical in front of goal. Great cross by Hilpertshauser up to the top of the penalty box. Verlicki controls with the outside of his foot and just is able to, on a half volley, smash that past the despairing Ennis and just out of his reach. 4-0. An impressive opening day win on the road for this Royals team. And now a goal kick for Heaton to take. You think back to those few chances that Crown Villa had to really get back in the game, and you think about how different this game might have been had they taken some of those opportunities. Making one of those opportunities is the difference between a 3-1, a 3-2, maybe even a 3-3 before Woodland got their fourth. Instead, now we're at 4-0. Mickelson tried to slide it through to Carson, but unable to get the connection. Villa left looking for answers right now. Don't mistake this scoreline at all for a... don't mistake this scoreline as the indicator of how good this team is. This team has talent. This team has great potential to grow into a title contending side. The question is, can they live up to it? Mendoza, Hilpertshauser, and Carson just playing in a neat triangle, keeping possession. Not much time left, and at the final 2.5 minutes, we'll see if Crown Villa can get something to hang their hat on going into week 2, so they can definitively build on something objectively positive. This is a long ball played in. Maguire trying to get there. He just steps in front of his man, and a cynical challenge at the end as Puna gets taken out from behind. Maguire Harden not happy with the challenge at all against his teammate, against his partner in crime on defense. Out to Hilpertshauser. And back to Heaton. Heaton plays the ball just over the head of the Villa defender to Jonathan Young. Young now looking. Tries to do too much dribbling, perhaps. It's a good through ball. Is he in? And Hilpertshauser timed his challenge to perfection and is able to get the ball back out of the Woodland attacking third. Less than a minute to go now, plus stoppage time. And some frustration starting to boil over for the Crown Villa side. It's the difficulty of sports. Someone has to lose, and sometimes it's just not your day. But Woodland will know that they cannot rest on a win like this. They have to stay sharp because they will be playing Crown Villa again, and they'll have to be ready when that time comes. Offsides on Villa. Puna will now take the free kick, and this will probably be the last action of the game. Ball bounced around. Verleeke controls. An excellent movement here. Yang now. Cuts it inside. Cuts it back outside. Still trying. Ball crossed in, and Carson will try to head it. Goal kick. And that is the end of the game. Final score. Woodland FC. Final score is Woodland FC 4, Crown Villa 0. Thank you so much for tuning in to this presentation of the Select League. Thank you for tuning in to the match of the week. We look forward to seeing you again soon.